The international break is over and Premier League football returns. Firstly, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as West Ham take the short trip from east to north to face Ange Postecoglou's Spurs, who have been changeable so far in the season and drastically, we get there in the end. If we beat them on Saturday, we move above Spurs in the table, which seems really peculiar considering our start of the season, which we'll come on to a little bit later on. We are without Nicholas Füllkrug. That is a blow. And how will Julian Lopetegui's team try and build on that Ipswich win that feels like a million moons ago? Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. Hope you are well. Match preview Spurs West Ham. It's the big one, and I pulled out the big guns. Nige, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Not too bad at all. Larry over there in the US of A, how are you?
Very good. Starting to get, we were talking earlier, a little colder, changing of the leaves, but really nice.
Yeah, I was just about to come on to that. Can everybody, send their condolences because our heart bleeds for Larry because it's now cold in America, so it's now probably only like 25 degrees. So yeah, our heart bleeds for you, Larry. Mike, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Thanks very much. Yeah, not too bad at all.
I can imagine it's not 25 degrees in Wincanton, is it?
No, I can assure you that.
Fair enough. There you go. Yeah, let's see straight away. That was at 8 o'clock on the dot, right? So we haven't even got going yet. Welcome to the next edition of Crime Watch, right? I play no part of that whatsoever. Good evening to everybody. Right, we're going to quit the small talk. Let's get on to it, shall we? Spurs. It's always a little bit bigger. We always turn up, don't we, Nige?
Well, yeah, I'd like to think so, but it's one of them places that you got to go because it's Spurs, but you're always worried, thinking that we don't want to. You can't lose to them, can you?
No.
There's no running away from that. And if you do lose, then the abuse lasts for a good week. You know what I mean? They don't let you forget about it, do they? That long.
Exactly. Larry, I'm sure you've got adequate things prepared for us for a little bit later. I see you looking down at your notes. For Nige, it's all in his head. There ain't a lot there, but it's all in his head. So,
like I say, with these two gentlemen right here, I have to have notes because they can keep it all up in here. I'm still call myself a rookie in this West Ham fan.
Don't give them an ego boost. They don't need no ego boost. Christ.
I just try to learn. That's all I do. But
What about me? Hang on. Right. So you said about them two. What about me?
Jake, I started following West Ham when you were a young lad starting your channel. I think, like I said, maybe a year or so before. But now you've been along. I've been along with them. You've been along the ride with me since I've been a fan. So that's good.
There we go. Mike's been here significantly longer. We saw out the war and don't worry, Mike. You'll bring it back to me later about.
What, are you older than me, Mike?
I'm 64 in about 3 weeks.
You ain't. Yeah, you are.
Okay.
You ain't. Yeah, you are.
Mike, you look very young for your age.
Oh, thanks, Eric. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah, that's one. I won't be.
What? No, I don't.
I won't be here next week. I'll be in sunnier climates, mate.
Oh, awesome.
So everyone's going away on flipping holiday.
Yeah, Fuerteventura next week.
Oh, you spend more time on holiday than you do in Wincanton, Mike. Honestly, God, always going away. You are.
I wish.
Yeah. Anyway, Mike, we love you. Larry, we were with you. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, just Spurs. A toughie. A toughie. I can't get my words right today. Definitely not a toughie. A tough customer.
You got it. And I think, they've had injuries coming up, and we say, hey, look at their record. They started out 0-2. They lost to Newcastle, and then they lost to Arsenal. 2-1 and 1-0. And then after that, they've been on a run besides that breakdown against Brighton. So, I mean, and they've had some injuries, right? Son's been out, even though, we can say he hasn't been performing since Kane's gone the year prior, with all that. But these are, I'm a little nervous. And, as I try to, I go to some of the West Ham chats and find out, and then you'll have a person, a Spurs fan try to call in. I go in there trying to get some knowledge from them, and they talk so much crap about us, man. I want to beat the hell out of them. I'm sorry, the heck out of them really bad, because it's just, they'll be nice to your face, some of them. You guys deal with it much more than me, right, where you're at. But it's something you got to have. But I'm nervous going into it, even more so once I just did the research. they have as you can see, they have a squad. I made a joke in your thing yesterday with Sean. What is this? The all-star team for Forest and Bournemouth with having Solanke and Johnson there. So it's going to be something we're going to have to really take. Like I said, they're ninth now, but they're bouncing back. They've won their last 2 Europa League games, and then, like I said, besides that breakdown, which is a disaster, that Brighton, within 18 minutes, they got those 3 goals to come back and win. But what really drives me crazy is, and I'll turn it over to you guys, is that, we, no matter what you want to say about Ipswich, we won 4-1. Good feeling, right? And then you got this international break where it kind of takes the love out of it and then gives these guys a chance to get back after their, I would be gutted if I was with them. But besides that game, they've been playing solid with some people out. So it's something that we got to take, I'm ready for it, but I'm worried. I'll be the happiest man in the world if we can pull this out.
I hope so. This is a game we always look to, really, if we're being totally honest. Here we go. Let you say holiday, Mike. I wonder what's going to come now. Here we go. Honestly, it's just about as predictable as clockwork, isn't it? Right. I've been doing this 4 years, right? And some of you can't even get my name right. James, fantastic. Jake's, thank you, Michael. You have corrected it, so I'll give you that. Jake's voice hadn't even broke when he started this channel. Squeaky voice. Again, we don't need to go back to that, do we? There's no point in dwelling on the past, right? We are, it's everything about this channel is better now. I think. Well, at least I think so. Well, it might not be. Some people might have preferred it back then when I didn't sit here and get ridiculed all night. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Sean, thanks for joining us. I hope you are well. Spurs will batter somebody. And now look, they've had some Spursy results, right? They were beating Leicester, then lost to Leicester. They very nearly went out the cup to Coventry. That Brighton game was just the definition of Spursy, right? So they've had that. That's still there, Mike. But they play some blooming good football in there as well.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. Going forward, they are very, very good side. And they get away with it at the back because of the pace of Van de Ven, who he is a terrific player. There's no doubt about it. And they get away with it a little bit because he gets them out of trouble a lot. Defensively, you're not great. The keeper's not great from crosses. But going forward, there's no doubt about it. They can cause some damage. And they play attacking football. I mean, the fullbacks cut inside. They play them inverted ones. They leave space there all the time. You just got to... I mean, will there be times when we're backs against the wall? We got to defend well. And then we got to take our advantage down the flanks where they're always so open, in behind their fullbacks, their weakness. And we got to exploit that to have any chance in this game because, I mean, they could easily stick 3 or 4 quick goals into any team, I think, in this league, full stop. But, and they know it. Spurs know it. Their fans, they know it. That they're there for the taking at the times at the back. Van and Romero, who I don't rate. I think he's been quite poor for them recently. That was quite good last year when Bowen out-muscled him and went and scored that goal.
Yeah.
That was, I did enjoy that bit. But, hey, there's no doubt about it. This is a tough game. To get anything there, we're going to need a little bit of luck and we're going to have to be at it again.
Yeah, I mean, look, the type of football they play, Nigel, is risk and reward. Like some weeks, and 1 week they will put 4 or 5 into a team, and then 1 week they'll be 2 up cruising and end up losing. That's just the type of football they play, and Ange ain't going to change from that. That sort of scares me to an extent. I mean, going back to the games we played against them last year, I want to draw at our place, but the game that's sort of reinforces that more is when we went to their place and they were all over us, if you remember early on. Could have scored 3 or 4, and we got 2 rather fortunate goals and ended up winning the game by 2-1. Now, there is ways of exploiting and getting under the skin of this Tottenham team. It's just by doing it. Surely the team talk from Lopetegui's got to be, look, last week they were 2-0 up and folded and lost 3-2. Just get at them. And this game's not done till it's done.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, they're a team like Liverpool. You got to get at them. They don't like being run at. I think that it's no good trying to play over the top balls or balls down the centre to Antonio because Van der Ven's going to have to measure of him all day long, pace wise. So you've got to get in behind those fullbacks, the likes of Kudus, Somerville, Bowen, who can run at players, get him from wide and hurt them there. But yeah, an attacking force. They're at you from the. He plays attacking football. And there's no doubt about that. And he's got some players who are actually playing very well at the moment. Brennan Johnson in particular, he's playing really, really well. He's looked really good. Maddison again, he seems to be coming into a bit of form. Yeah, they've got some good players. I mean, I always feel a little bit nervous when Son plays because he's such a good player and he runs. You know, our defence don't like playing against players like strong, fast, direct forwards like that. Do very well against us, and I think, yeah, they're going to attack us from the kickoff. But like I say, it's no good just trying to sit there because we could end up conceding 3 or 4 goals very easily the way we've been playing in the first half. But you know, I think if we get at them from the kickoff, we'll be fine, and you know, think we could do all right.
Absolutely. Let's turn our attention to West Ham then, and specifically the team selection. This is quite tough because we don't know what state players are in coming back from international duty. We don't have the full and conclusive injury status of all players. We've had confirmed that Nicholas Fulkrug, who we thought was going to be back, isn't going to be back. That signing is looking better and better by the day. Unfortunately, proper West Ham that. But let's start defensively, where it's been a little bit shaky. Let's agree on probably Todibo and Kilman as the 2 centre halves. And then it's going to be Wan-Bissaka. And I mean, Emerson's been a little bit wobbly, but I'd expect Lopetegui to stick with him and for that to be a back four and for it to become settled, Larry, because that's anything but what we've been so far. Let's have a settled back four to start with.
You got it. And I think with the break and then, you know, what they're going to do with Mav. Are they going to put him there to that right like he did before and put Wan-Bissaka over to the left? I think with a lot of the international and Mav playing for Greece and stuff like that, he won't come in and have it anyway. I think Todibo and Kilman are a solid center back now. If I'd be crazy, I'd be surprised if we don't change that. So I'm with you. I think Wan-Bissaka to the right. Emerson will still start to the left. But if it's not working out or something like that, then, you know, you might see Mav go over to that right there. I don't know what's up with Sufal anymore and stuff like that. But again, it's hard to say right now because, you know, we go off that big win right there, the 4-1, and now we're going in the right direction. I hate this stuff, and I wish we just saw it every week so we kind of can see what the pace is. Right now, if we go off what 2 weeks ago is, I would go with what you were talking about there, see how Emerson's done, because he's proven himself all the time. So I don't want to pull the trigger on him just yet. You know what I mean? Kilman, of course, Todibo, and Wan-Bissaka, I think, for that one. I think that would be the start if I was Lopetegui.
Tadebo's looked a bit shaky up until that Ipswich game, but I thought he showed class, excuse me, and a little bit of composure that was probably lacking in his performances up to that point, Mike. And his sort of time has got to come, and hopefully he can settle down in that back four now.
Yeah, it takes the time, Jake. They can't come straight into the Premier League. A lot of these players, they do take a little bit of time to settle. I mean, on and off the field, you know, you've got to take that into account. And the guy, yeah, I know that was a good game for him, Ipswich, really, because I thought they were quite poor, to be totally honest. We could have scored 6 or 7 against them. Yeah, fair dues from trying to play football from the back, but they just weren't good enough to do that. He had a bit more room and space, but he's quicker than a lot of people thought he was going to be. He's stronger, and with a bit of confidence, yeah, I think he could be a decent player for us and good on the ball as well. But it's taken him a little while to settle, and I thought it would, to be totally honest. But no, he's looking a player for me. Just hope he has a good one on Saturday. I mean, Kilman, he's been steady, I think. He hasn't really set the world alight. I know that Palace, the goal that Bowen scored at Palace, that was quality, the way he came out of defence and put it in his path. Perfect pass. He's capable of that, but I think he's been quite steady. I feel for Mavropanos a bit. He was brilliant for Greece the other night. I thought he was the best player on the pitch.
He was, yeah.
All round, he was probably the best player on the pitch, full stop. So, yeah, he'll get his chances, but I don't think he'll make a starting lineup for Saturday.
Hey, Mike, do you think? Because I'm right on with that. Mavropanos played so well there. Do you think his better position is right back, but with a high up the pitch, where he's playing more, kind of like what he did when we were all shocked what was going on when he came on that one time in
And
the
he
second
played
half, where he
yeah.
played there? Because I think that's kind of where he shines at. The center back position for me, it worries me with him sometimes, is that's where he makes them silly mistakes. He either doesn't clear the ball, passes up to the middle to the other team, or just doesn't get back. But yeah, I agree with you. Just what's the proper fit for him?
I think he needs to defend. You know what I mean? Have that job to defend.
Yeah.
And he got a bit too much time last year. The 2 bad back passes, which cost goals. Was
Bristol City one. Oh,
the Bristol City one was a bad one. The other one was one at home. I can't remember who it was against, but he turned and knocked it back, and I thought, oh my god! But of course, when that concedes a goal, then that gets highlighted.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now
he gets away with it. It doesn't get highlighted, and he gets away with it. People forget about it, but they're not going to forget it when you concede a goal from a bad back passer like that.
That's the thing. Sorry, lads. That's the thing with Mavropanos, though, is that he came on. It was that Brentford game. What was the? Nigel, were you at the Brentford game? I can't remember, but it was
second half, yeah.
But it was sort of weird, wasn't it, Nigel? The way that all of a sudden we had Mavropanos at right back. He took Kudus off, and he looked quite solid there, didn't he?
Yeah, but the thing is, what's happened with Mav is that he made them 2 glaring mistakes last year, and we do keep on about him. Even now, we're going on about him. But there's defenders in the Premier League that look at Harry Maguire, makes mistakes every week, but he's not picked up. Todibo, for instance, at the Bournemouth game, he got caught really on the hop trying to do like a back heel type thing and got caught. Unfortunately, nothing come of it. But I think we can't grumble if we've got a centre back who they're fighting for places.
Yeah,
because we've known in the past who we want in, haven't we, when we've had defenders, and now we're going, him or him, and that's a good situation to be in. Todibo, I think he's young and he glides. Yeah. He's fast and he looks really good on the ball, but he's 100% got a mistake in him. But from what I've seen him, in playing, he looks a right tidy player. So I don't think Mav will get in above him. But like I say, you've got him fighting for a place, which can only be a good thing.
Absolutely. Now let's go on to midfield then. This is where it gets a little bit temperamental, doesn't it? Temperament is a thing you could discuss with Edson Alvarez after his bizarre 45 minutes or full whatever how long he played at Anfield, where he got sent off. We can all collectively and fundamentally agree that he lost his head that night, and there's been criticism on his back, and rightly so, and he hasn't had the best start to the season. But I also think some people have got short memories at times, and the fact is that Alvarez held us together last season. He held us together when he was taken out last year. We fell apart completely. He's still really important to our midfield. We haven't got any balance currently in midfield. There's no same with the back line. There's nothing settled about our midfield. Now, I'd argue that the best midfielder, Souček is Souček. Take him out, right? So the other midfielders, I'd argue our best midfield with the time that he's had on the pitch has been Carlos Soler this season. He hasn't had a lot of time on the pitch, but he's looked the most impactful and promising. How is he going to fit all these players in? Alvarez, Rodriguez, Souček, Soler. What do you see him doing, Larry?
I think this is a good excuse for him to not start Alvarez right now. And let me finish by saying that is because he was playing for Mexico, just played a couple nights ago against USA, and they won that one. And so I just, Alvarez to me, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know. This is what I'm observing, okay? You tell me if I'm wrong. Is the style that we're playing defensively so much different where he's caught back there by himself too much and he seems slower than last year? And then last year, Moyes, where we had more people back, yes, he did great, but he didn't have to do the chasing that he's doing this year. That's what I'm kind of noticing a little bit. I think Alvarez and Rodriguez are the defensive midfield that you need. So I would put Rodriguez in there. Then you go over to the other side. Do you want to do a 4-2-3-1, which is normal? So that's a Souček. Whatever you want to say, he had a decent game against Ipswich. He's always in the right place, sometimes at the right time in the center when we don't have anybody in the box. So give him there. But what you said about that, I would like to see more Soler. I wouldn't mind seeing him start because we've been seeing him coming on as a sub, and he's got some moments, but it seems like it takes a little while for him to get started on there. It's like I think that one time everybody wants to see Paqueta and Soler, and they're working together. Yeah, they're very similar. Maybe Paqueta at the 10, and then Soler back there at midfield. But I would like to see that. But I think for tomorrow, I really believe we're going to do a 4-2-3-1. I think we're probably going to see. I'm thinking Rodriguez and Souček.
I think it's difficult because what do you think Lopetegui is going to do in terms of, is he going to go with 2 defensive-minded midfielders out of the 3? You're going to have 1 holding and then 2 a little bit more progressive. And I left Paqueta out of my list there, Mike. So to choose when you've got Paqueta, Soler, Rodriguez, Alvarez, Souček, pick 3 out of the 5.
It's difficult because I don't know if Paqueta's in the right frame of mind at the moment, to be totally honest. That's what worries me with him. And he could easily, in a game like this, lose his head. We'll be end up 10 men. I can see that happening, and we don't need that against them. You know.
And where did he play at the start of the Ipswich game? Was he at the 10?
Yeah, he was. I think. Yeah. I mean,
I just got a funny feeling we're going to see the same setup with this break and all that, and 5 of our regular players out there. We're going to see a very, if not the same lineup we saw on that Saturday.
See, I would put Kudus in the number 10 role.
Yeah,
I'd throw him in there, and I think this might be the game for it.
I'm with you on that.
Honestly, I think it's just for a change, and keep something up your sleeve. You know, keep Paqueta on the bench or Souček on the bench, because I think Souček could be. I think he could be used as a good sub to come on, especially if you're 1 or 2-0 down and you want to go. You know, you get a set piece. Especially Spurs, where the keeper is a bit dodgy from corners and crosses. I mean, I think you've got to keep something up your sleeve against these guys. I think I would make a few changes. It might sound a bit drastic. I don't think Rodriguez has let us down. He's a steady player. I don't think he's ever going to be an 8 or 9 out of 10. He's always going to be a 7 or 8 out of 10. You know, I think he would more likely lose his head and hold his position. So I know he got ripped off the other day, didn't he? Quite early. What game was that? When
that was
Chelsea game, was it? Oh, I can't remember.
It was Chelsea game. He got
he got ripped off early in the first half, and he was off the pace a little bit. But I don't know. It all depends how they come back from this international. You got like Paqueta, you know, you got people like Antonio, you got Alvarez, done a lot of travelling. They've been halfway around the world, so you know.
Just depends what state they're in that sense, doesn't it? I mean, I suppose
Souček,
you know,
they Souček too. Good point.
And Souček played 2 games. He probably plays.
2 games.
He's captain. He probably plays, you know, all the games, and the same with Kudus as well. He's captain.
Yeah.
And he probably plays all the games, but you've got to have a look at this. But I would just, I'd just like to shake it up a little bit and do something a little bit different.
Isn't this a perfect time that we wish we had some European thing? Now that we have these different players that we actually, it goes back to what Nigel said, is that we have players that are fighting for positions now. And
Nigel's bank balance don't wish us to be in Europe. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. But it gives us those opportunities to see people and see how they can do, right? But now we're off. It's only the one match in the Premier League to see how we can do all this stuff. But I agree with you. I'd like a shakeup. We'll see.
Yeah.
Lads, can I just say that we've been talking about Rodriguez and Soler and Souček, and I hate talking about our midfield because nothing excites me apart from Kudus. Mm-hmm. And to be fair, if we had them 3 playing, I'd probably sit in, take a pair of pliers and pull my own teeth out watching it because they are boring. And I think we're talking earlier about attacking Tottenham with the likes of Soler, Rodriguez and Souček. Really, I think would be the wrong decision. We're going back to Alvarez. It's funny because I don't know if any of you ever watched or listened to the Ironcast podcast. You ever listen to that?
I have done on the odd occasion.
So when Edson Alvarez joined West Ham, Ward Prowse was on that podcast talking about him. They said, "What's he like?" And they said, the first day in training, you just ran around kicking everyone up in the air like a madman. And a friend of mine's a keen Ajax fan, Dutch guy, Rob, a good friend of mine. He said, "I said he's one of your best players." And he went, "He is, but he gets yellow carded every game."
Yeah.
And he
You know
weren't
that.
wrong. And he weren't wrong. So I
Right.
think against Tottenham, Alvarez could be a bit of a loose cannon.
Yeah.
However, he will get stuck in. The other three, I just don't know if I'd put them in together because I just think it'd be boring and I don't think we'd get at them. I think you need the likes of Kudos and Pekarin to push forward to actually get at them because, you're going to look at them three, the Tottenham, they're going to think, well, they ain't going to hurt us. And they ain't, are they?
No.
Let's be honest about it.
You're right.
Suchek-
That's why I said about
Suchek,
playing
Soler and-
that little role.
they're not gonna be breaking their nuts to get forward, are they? Do you know what I mean?
No.
To score.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it myself.
Yeah.
So I suppose this applies to the midfield and across the whole pitch. I mean, our last game, it feels like ages ago, but we beat Ipswich 4-1. Now, Ipswich were crap, we know that, but let's just put that to the side. Do you think Lopetegui will adopt the if it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality, and he'll sort of go for what worked last time? And I don't want to say hope for the best because that sounds pointless, but almost try and stick with what got us those 3 points last time and not try and tamper with it too much, Nige?
Well, I enjoy watching attacking football. Look, I enjoyed the seasons we had with Moyes because we was winning things, but it weren't nice to watch. Anyone who's a West Ham fan and got them games, even through Europe, it wasn't enjoyable to watch those games. It was actually it stopped my heart a couple of times because we was hitting people on a break and beating people 1-1. We weren't thrashing people, was we? Unless that was like, some team full of plumbers or something. They're a great team. They're not. And we struggled to beat them in the final. Let's not forget that. And I can't see that we've gone forward that much from that team. I think we need to play more attacking football. So I say that's my view on it anyway. We need to teams a bit more because we've got good attacking players.
So
I think we've had a lot more of the ball this year. To be honest, if you look, we've had a lot more possession, and we're playing a slightly higher line, and that's how Alvarez has got caught out because he's had to tuck in and cover fullbacks, and he hadn't got the pace to do that. The Chelsea game where Jackson did a new one. I mean, but so if you play that, I mean, you've got to be careful. You can't do it too much. You've got to be a bit progressive with it, and I think that's, to be fair to Lopetegui, that's what he's trying to do. He's being progressive with it. And I'm not shocked. Where are we in the league? Sort of 14th, 13th?
12th.
I'm not shocked if we're not going to be around there for a big part of the season. We've proved it. You know what I mean? When we played teams like Ipswich, we are, class above that. But we haven't been able to match a really good side, a decent team yet. So, but that's not shocking.
Like we said last time, Mike, didn't we? We said, remember the last review we done? We said we ain't a team. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We're playing against too many
work to do.
changes.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot more work to be done yet, and it ain't going to happen overnight. And I reckon the bloke deserves more time. We're progressively getting better. We're playing up the pitch a bit higher, but he still hasn't worked out what his best team is, and he hasn't really got into him how he wants us to play that yet. So, it's still work in progress, and I think it will be for a big part of this season, to be totally honest.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right, we're going to go on to predictions in just a second. It took 22 minutes, lads. Doing well, thanks. Oh, no, it wasn't that one. No, I've clicked on the wrong one. There you go. Looking forward to Saturday. Nigel, are you looking forward to Saturday?
Always look forward to Tottenham away, mate.
Brilliant.
It's not just the game, is it? It's the walk into the game.
It's everything.
It's the fans sort of thing, isn't it?
Walking back to the station after, I quite like that jazz as well.
Yeah, it's a very, very It's a buzz, isn't it? That place.
It is.
That place. They hate us, don't they, as well?
Sean, hope you well. He says 2 holders to try and keep Madison and Kulusevski quiet, 1 advanced midfielder to try and find space at the back of Spurs' midfield due to them not playing a natural defensive midfielder. I think that's probably fair. We spoke at length last night about the impact. I mean, Kulusevski is the player that's been pretty fundamental alongside Johnson for Spurs this season. They've been really impressive and have sort of been the mechanics of all of their success so far this season. Right, score predictions. Let's go through some of these in the chat whilst I try and think of which one Mike's going to go for so I can nick that. 3-2 to West Ham, says Rob. 1-0. There we go. 1-0 to West Ham. 1-1 West Ham and set between 2-1. Andy, love it. Thank you very much for that. Right then. I am gonna go. Right, let's play a bit of mind games here, shall we? I've got 2 predictions in my head. Mike, are you feeling generously positive today or not?
Reasonably.
Okay. I'm gonna go Spurs 1, West Ham 1. Oh, damn it, that wasn't. He's gone 2-1. He's gone 2-1.
It was in my head, Jake. It was in my head, but.
So what's your actual prediction?
2-2.
2-2. Oh, I didn't think you'd go that. Oh, Desmond. Right. So Mike's gone 2-2. Nigel.
I was going to go 2-2.
Well,
and I'd have been very, very. I'll be happy with 2-2.
Yeah.
But I'm actually might go. I'm going to go 2-1 to us.
Larry's drew the short straw here. He's even frozen.
Yeah, well, yesterday in your thing, I did 2-1. Then I started looking, and I think, the Spuds, they got a quality team there, and they've scored 14 goals in the Premier League this year.
Hang on, where's this going? Hold your all, sis, right? You're setting this up to predict a loss.
No, that's what I was about to say is that, I said the next 2 matches between this and the Man U, I wanted 4 points. 3 points would be good. 4 points would be great. I'm a little worried about tomorrow, but I'm going to go. I think there's going to be some scores tomorrow. They play a high press. If we can attack, I'm going to say 3-2 West Ham.
Oh, yeah, or even Saturday. 3-2.
Saturday.
Watch, wouldn't it?
3-2. Yeah, that was the.
I have a feeling if we can do our share, Ariel, I haven't had the greatest confidence in him recently. He's just a little bit shaky, so I don't see a clean sheet coming. I just have a feeling there's going to be some goals to be had. We just got to do our part. So I'm going to go with
Larry, that will be great if it's 2-2 in the 89th minute and I'm next to their fans and we score.
Oh God, that would be great.
Now that would be my dream.
Yeah.
No, it's the 3-3 again, have they?
Yeah, the 3-3. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Remember that. Yeah.
Oh, Rob even put it in the chat as well. What you'd go for before you even said it. Oh, that's
yeah.
No. Usually, I'm pretty good at getting in Mike's head and working out what he's going to do. But tonight, I didn't quite do it. Yeah, 3-2. Larry was the
poker face on there, mate. Not give it away.
You were. 3-2 was the logical one. I mean, positive one. The other one was 1-0. There's no way we're keeping a clean sheet against them. So a clean sheet, full stop, is.
He's getting a lot of sticks, Jake, isn't he? Ariola's getting a lot of stick of late.
He is, yeah.
What
do we think about
that? I don't really know why. I don't think he's been that bad.
He's giving up some bad goals, and his kicking is awful.
It's bad. Look at these things. That kick is kicking. It's awful.
No, what? Talk about competition. I wouldn't mind seeing Fab in the lineup to shake it up, to say, hey, man, this ain't my position.
With Fabianski, what I always found, right, he's a good shot stopper. He's a good goalkeeper. He's a proven good goalkeeper. But when we get the ball, the most frustrating thing is that we get the ball, we got players like Kudus that run out wide, or some of them will run out wide, and Fabianski will go to sling the ball out,
and then stop.
Yeah. And then it gives everyone time to turn and face. Yeah. And I'm like, what? Every other team you watch has got a goalkeeper like that will sling it out, but not him.
No, that's a good point. He does that.
One thing, my bugbear about Fab is that. That's my bugbear about him. After that, I think he's a good goalkeeper.
But like what Mike said, Ariola this year is having an awful time getting that ball up the pitch. He's just making some atrocious kicks in there. I've watched other matches, and you have other goalkeepers that they seem to be able to find their players. Our goalkeepers, that's one of our biggest weaknesses, even for both of them, because Fab doesn't do the best job of that either. But that's Ariola. I don't know what happened this year, but he's just not, up to what we can. If we compare it to how he was performing last year and all that stuff, and now you got to say there's been a decline right now. Hopefully he'll turn it around, but that's what I've seen.
I mean, the only issue I got with Fabianski in that sense is, I mean, Mike, he's like knocking on nearly near you, and he like Fabianski, he's getting on a bit. Like honestly, he's like,
I'll be happy to be there.
he must be
Clemens
near.
is younger than him.
I know, like he's so he must. But I mean, I know it doesn't mean as much for keepers, but yeah, I mean, he's had a dodgy moment here and there, Areola. But I think people are slightly nitpicking for the sake of it in that sense. I don't think he's going to change it. He hasn't been great, Areola, but
No, his saves. He's made 2 or 3 brilliant saves, and his shot stopping has been brilliant at times.
It always has been,
one
though,
up
hasn't
in
it?
front of us down my end against Ipswich, where he's clawed it out, and it was a fantastic save, great save. But his kicking, I mean, the trouble is if we're trying to play a bit more out from the back, then it gets accentuated a bit more. I mean, a couple of times the striker nearly closed him down, and he'd just kick it out a couple of times. He just kicked it straight in the touch.
Frustrating, isn't it, when he kicks it and it just goes? And I'm like, what are we doing? We're just giving him the ball straight back.
Yeah.
Also,
I don't think we're blessed. I don't think we're. Go on.
I've got another bugbear.
One at a time.
Another bugbear from our players, right? And this is a real bugbear. Have you noticed that every other team when they get a throw in, a player a show? Not for us. When we get a throw in, they stand there and there ain't hardly anyone showing for it. He can't do a lot of it in training because it's the same. It's been like it for a couple, 2 or 3 years. No one actually will run and try and do something. Every other team you watch, they're sharp with their throw-ins.
Got players buzzing around everywhere.
We don't do that.
Yeah, we let our striker Antonio throw it in until he throws into the middle of the box.
I tell you what, with a throw in, we just want to throw it back to them, like because we're there, like, oh, who should I throw it to? We just throw it back to them anyway. So just do it quicker and move it on. But look, just to sort of cap things off, I think we've got 2 good shot stopping keepers there. When we've also got 2 keepers that aren't blessed in the distribution and sort of ball playing department. I don't think either of them is sensational at that, but they're both really good shot stoppers. So I don't know whether that's going to be looked at anymore. If he makes another severe mistake, then potentially, but currently I think he's still relatively safe in his role there. Hopefully there's no cock up on Saturday or any cock up at all in the time to come. Right, I've managed to get through that without too much ridicule, so I'm quite happy. I've actually ridiculed Mike more than I've been ridiculed myself, which doesn't seem right really, but I mean, yeah, Mike, you can do that all you like, but I mean, Mike, come on then, you got to say something, you lads, because you've let me off tonight, so something or other. I'll tell you one thing I will say is that I ain't going because I ain't got a ticket Saturday, so no one's getting a pint off me. I
was just going to say I've got a ticket.
No one's getting a pint off me because I ain't there, because I had a ticket, but now I don't have a ticket. Miraculously.
Your old man stitching you up like that.
I know. Yeah.
Rich, in pre-show, Rich, he was caning you, tearing you a new one. What sort of a fun takes him on all his holidays abroad, on all his cruises and that. He won't even let the poor bloke have a ticket without moaning about him.
You do lay on thick. Mike, were you saying something there? What did you say?
Mate, I got a bloody work Saturday, so that's the worst.
Have you? Oh.
Yeah, that is a nightmare, mate. Yeah.
I thought you'd gone to part-time on your wind down, Mike. Are you working a Saturday for?
I work 1 in every 6 now.
Oh, that's all right then. 1 in every 6.
I mean, it's not hard, no hardship really, but it's happened to fall on Spurs away, and then of course it's a shame I'm missing Man United next week and Forest away when I'm out in Fuerteventura, but I'm sure we'll get to watch it out there somewhere.
Blooming part-time fake fan you are, Mike. Honestly, never flipping
it.
Yeah, exactly.
25 degrees, mate. I'll be just sat there enjoying myself.
Be quiet. Yeah, let's see you Saturday, Jake. I mean, Nigel. Look at this. Look at the state of this here. Let's see you Saturday, Jake. I mean, Nigel. Right? Yeah.
Have you seen all the fixture changes?
Oh, yeah. It's shambles, isn't it?
Ridiculous.
Yeah. I'll be in America when we play Wolves, so I think that's going to be. I think it's
a Monday night.
No, it's a Monday night. We're on Monday Night Football. They've moved Leicester away to 8:15.
Is the Wolves one on the night time?
Monday Night Football. We're on Wolves. Yeah.
Well, Wolves. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think that means that'll be kicking off about 3:00 in the afternoon.
It'll be 3:00 now. Yep.
That ain't too bad.
No, that's good. That's what I like. The Mondays that you got to.
Good stuff. Right, there we go. We will leave it there. Nigel, enjoy it on Saturday. I'm going to be sat here on my arse doing
I'll
not
send
a
you a
lot.
live video.
Will you?
There you
Oh,
go.
brilliant. Thanks a lot.
I'll FaceTime you.
Oh, will you? Oh, you're ever so kind, right? I'm sure I get that from Dad as well. Maybe you two can have a little selfie together in the ground and send to me just for the, just for the laughs.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
we'll have a sign up saying no plastics here.
And to make it even worse, Jake, it's going to be that beautiful 3-2 where we score our third goal at the 89th minute. You're going to miss out on it. I'm sorry to hear that.
Fancy being a West Ham fan, not going Tottenham away.
Shut up.
Not even a fan.
Right, I'm getting bored of him, right? He's annoying me here. But Nigel, I'm bored of you now. But if you get a ticket, let me know, mate. All right. Thanks very much indeed for watching.
Hey, I'm sorry, Nigel. Give me a ticket, please. It's all good. I was only joking.
He's had a few tickets off me. To be fair, he's done all right this last couple of seasons.
We appreciate you, Nigel. Yeah, look, we'll buy you a beer. That's another one.
I've got one beer.
Yeah, look, right. We'll buy you a beer, right? I bought Nigel beer when he gave me a ticket. Right, there's his beer. Right, there he is. Look,
that quick.
There he is having his beer. Yeah, right.
He saves that one.
Thank you very much indeed. Right,
I hope David that one, Nigel.
Yeah, I hope it was nice. Cost me like £5.50 that did. Like, I tell you what, I've had a.
That's how much beer is, Jake.
Yeah, I know. I've had a
He's
really
never bought
tough...
a round. Imagine if you had to actually have to buy a round. Come on, mate.
Listen,
the first youngster having an heart attack.
Listen, I've had a tough day today. A lot of money has left my bank account. I bought tickets for the Premier League final of darts at the O2, right? So that's cost me. So my bank account's in a little bit of mourning, right? So yeah, I got tickets for the Premier League darts final at the O2, and they ain't cheap. So my bank account's in recovery. So
there's only 30 grand in it now.
Yeah, that's right.
I wish. Christ, I wish.
You two will be sending us some cash next week.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Jake doing
I've
a
been
Spurs.
saving dollars, mate. Oh, every bit of spare money I'm getting, I'm going and changing into dollars. So
That's right. Yeah.
Jake going all Spursy, pulling out a buying a beer. Listen,
Spursy Jake.
Right, I've bought beers before. Right, I bought Nigel a beer. Mike keeps banging on about me buying him a beer, but he's never there. Right, so I mean, what do you want me to do? Right, what do you want me to do? Honestly. I bought Doddsy a bit. No, actually, have I bought Doddsy? No, I bought Doddsy a coffee once. Not Mike. I've bought you a coffee before, haven't I? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah,
No.
probably from Greg's.
Yeah, and it was cold.
Probably through Greg's with my 50% discount. Probably.
He bought you a heated up one from Greg's because Costa ones are £5. There's no way to buy a £5 coffee for a £5, is there?
Yeah, mate. I bought him Costa the other day, but yeah.
He went to the back, got some of the old coffee for you. He said, "Oh, here you go."
You start as well, Larry, right? You wait till Gary comes back. Oh dear. Gary's off on holiday as well. I think Gary's just got back. You're all going on flipping holiday, right? What's going on?
Nice.
What's going on? Oh yeah, I'm just good for the McDonald's points. Yeah, actually, I've bought you, Mike. I think I bought you a coffee using my McDonald's points. I think.
You go here, Mike. I'll have a coffee. You go here. I'll give you one of them little tabs where he's been collecting the coffee beans or like something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure I'd have it, Jake. I'd have it framed at home if you did.
Exactly. Kept the cup.
Keep the cup. I'm actually quite sad. I'll quickly show you something. This is how sad I am.
Right, I'm going to get that. Whilst he does that, what I'm going to say to you is, right, Mike says that all this, that I haven't bought him anything, but he's so modest, Mike, right? So when I see him in the pub, I went to him once when we were in Wincat, and Mike, do you remember? I said, "Do you want anything?" No, mate, don't worry, right?
No, don't worry, because I've already had just finished.
When you go to the European games, they give you you can have a beer, can't you? They give you them plastic glass. I nick them all the glasses.
Oh, there you go.
Like the little glasses from the ground.
I've got a few of them.
Yeah, so all the German ones. So I've got them from about 4 or 5 grounds. But I've also got one from Anderlecht as well, a proper glass that I nicked.
Oh, nice.
And then when I went to Borussia Dortmund, you've got I've got glasses with the little BBB. So I've got a big selection of glasses and plastic cups from football grounds. It's quite sad, isn't it?
Yeah,
they do charge you for them, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
That's a
absolutely.
quid normally, isn't it?
Yeah. Next thing you know, Jake will be turning up in a Spurs shirt.
Oh, Lord,
I'm
I
going.
don't know.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to West on Official if you're new. Pleasure as always, lads. Love you and all that. From us, come on, you irons. And
Come
we'll
on,
see
you
you
irons.
soon right here on West on Official. You never know. After all of this gentleman might pop up with a ticket and I'll be there. Hey?
Maybe.
You never
Look, he's
know.
begging.
I'll ask
He's
about
begging.
tonight, Jake.
Pardon?
I'll ask about tonight.
Right. And then I'll buy you as many beers as you want in the ground Saturday, all right?
Oh, Lord.
Pies,
Yeah, they're
hot
expensive
dogs.
there at
I'll tell you
Spurs.
what.
They've got them little things that you put the beer on, haven't they? Have you
And
seen
it
them?
goes up, doesn't it?
I've
Yeah.
had-
Yeah.
yeah. I've had one of them.
Right,
by the way.
Nige, if you get me a ticket, I'll buy you one of them nice burgers, a pie, whatever you want,
Well,
right?
he says that because he knows I've been in the gym and on a diet. So he knows I won't get one.
I've been in the gym as well. Can you? Right, thanks for watching, Larry, Nige, and Mike. Pleasure as always. Let's hope we beat them lot on Saturday, whether I'm there or not. And we'll see you soon. Bye bye.
See you later.
Hey, guys.
Cheers, guys.